Om Shanti. Today is 10th of April 2025. On this Satgurubar, let us listen to the Sakar Murli from our beloved Bap Dada. Bap Dada Madhuban. Essence. Sweet children, keep a daily chart of your progress and see what your behavior was like throughout the day. Check whether you remained honest with the yajna. Let's hear the essence once again on this Thursday morning. Baba says, sweet children, keep a daily chart of your progress and see what your behavior was like throughout the day. Check whether you remained honest with the yajna. Today's question, for which children does the father have a lot of regard? What is the sign of that regard? In answer, Baba says, the father has a lot of regard for the children who are honest with the father, those who are true to the yajna and don't hide anything. Because he has a lot of regard for them, he gives them a lot of love and uplifts them. Baba says, because he has regard for them, he gives them a lot of love and uplifts them. He also sends them out on service. You children should have the wisdom to tell the truth and take Shrimat. Today's song is, the flame has ignited in the gathering and the moths surrender to the flame. Om Shanti. This song is wrong because you are not moths. So what is Baba saying? This song is wrong because you are not moths. In fact, souls cannot be called moths. Devotees have given many different names. Because they don't know, they say neti neti, meaning neither this nor that. They are atheists. Nevertheless, they give whatever names come to their minds. So, they are atheists and they give whatever names come into their minds. They give such names as Brahm, Moth, etc. They even say that the Supreme Soul is in the pebbles and stones. Because no one on the path of devotion recognizes the Father accurately. The Father has to come himself and give his own introduction. So what is Baba saying? Because no one on the path of devotion recognizes the Father accurately, the Father has to come himself and give his own introduction. The Father's introduction is not in the scriptures, etc. Therefore, they are called atheists. The Father has now given his introduction to you children. However, it is a great task for an intellect to consider oneself to be a soul and remember the Father. So, just like yesterday's Murli, Baba is saying that it is a great task for an intellect to consider oneself to be a soul and remember the Father. At present, everyone has a stone intellect. An intellect is in each soul. It is understood from the soul's organs, that is senses, whether that soul's intellect is divine or stone. So, how is it understood? Baba says it is understood from a soul's organs, that is from its senses, whether that soul's intellect is divine or stone. Everything depends on the soul. People say that each soul is the Supreme Soul and that because souls are immune to the effect of action, they can do whatever they want. Although they are human beings, they don't know the Father. The Father says, Maya, Ravan has turned their intellects into stone. Day by day they are continuing to become more and more tamopradhan. There is a lot of force of Maya and so they don't even reform themselves. So therefore, what is Baba telling us to do? You children have been told to write your chart at night of what you did during the whole day. Baba gives examples like, did I eat food like the deities do? Was my behavior lawful or was it like that of a foolish person? If you don't check your chart daily, you will never be able to make progress. Baba says Maya continues to slap many children. So, some write, today my intellect's yoga went to the name and form of so and so. Today I committed this sin. Only a handful out of many write their charts this honestly. So, Baba is saying, some people write that today my intellect's yoga went to the name and form of so and so. Today I committed this sin. However, Baba says only a handful out of many write their charts dishonestly. The Father says, no one knows me as I am or what I am at all. Only when you consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father will something sit in your intellects. The Father says, although there are many good children who explain this knowledge very well, they don't have yoga. So, this is in connection with yesterday's Murli, when Father said, a lot of many good children are able to explain this knowledge very well. They have good gyan, but they don't have yoga. Because they don't have full recognition and are unable to understand, they are unable to explain it to others. People of the whole world don't know the creator or creation at all. Therefore, they don't know anything. This too is fixed in the drama and it will happen again. Baba says, in 5,000 years' time, this age will come again and I will have to come again to explain to you. It is not a small thing to claim a kingdom. It does take a lot of effort. Maya attacks you very much. A great battle takes place. There is boxing. Only those who are very clever can engage themselves in boxing. They make one another unconscious. Some say, Baba, there are many storms of Maya and such happens. There are very few who write the truth. There are many who hide things. Therefore, Baba says there are very few who write the truth. There are many who hide things. They don't understand how to tell Baba the truth or what Srimad they should take. They are unable to speak about it. The Father knows that Maya is very powerful. They are too ashamed to speak the truth. They perform such acts that they are too ashamed to speak about them. The Father gives a lot of regard and uplifts you. Baba highlights the word regard. He says, the Father gives a lot of regard and uplifts you. This one is very good. I will send this one somewhere to do all-round service. That's it. They become arrogant and experience a slap from Maya and then fall. Baba praises you in order to uplift you. So, Baba is telling us the reason. Baba praises you in order to uplift you. He gives you a lot of love and uplifts you. You are very good. You are also good at doing physical service. However, he tells you correctly that the destination is very high. The effort of renouncing one's body and the relationships of one's body and considering oneself to be a bodiless soul is the work of the intellect. So let's hear that again. Baba says, the effort of renouncing one's body and the relationships of one's body and of considering oneself to be a bodiless soul is the work of the intellect. All of you are effort makers. Such a huge kingdom is being established. All of you are the Father's children, students and followers. So what are we? All of us, we are the Father's children, students and followers. That one is the Father of the whole world. Everyone calls out to that one. He comes and continues to explain to you children. In spite of that, there isn't that much regard for him. So when Baba says that in spite of that, people don't have regard for the Supreme Soul. They don't have that much regard for him. When important people come, they are looked after with so much regard. There is so much pomp. At present, everyone is impure, but no one considers himself to be impure. Maya has totally degraded their intellects. They say that the duration of the golden age is so many years. Therefore, the Father says they are 100% senseless. So, Baba says they are 100% senseless. Even though they are humans, just look at what they do. They say that something is hundreds of thousands of years, whereas it is only 5,000 years. The Father comes and explains this. The kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan existed 5,000 years ago. They were human beings with divine virtues. That is why they are called deities. Those with devilish traits are called devils. So Baba says those with They were human beings with divine virtues, that is, the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan, which existed 5000 years ago. That is why they were called deities. Those with devilish traits are called devils. There is a difference of day and night between deities and devils. There is now so much fighting and violence. Baba says all the preparations for war continue to be made. The whole world has to be sacrificed into this sacrificial fire. Therefore, everything is being prepared for this. Such bombs have been invented. They can't stop manufacturing them now. So, Baba says such bombs have been invented. They can't stop manufacturing them now. Within a short time, everyone will have many of them because destruction has to take place very quickly. So Baba says within a short time, everyone will have many of them, meaning such bombs, because destruction has to take place very quickly. No hospitals etc. will remain at that time. No one will know anything. It will not be like going to your auntie's home. To have visions of destruction isn't a matter of a few pennies. You will be able to see the whole world on fire. You will have visions of how there is just fire everywhere. The whole world has to be destroyed. So Baba is cautioning us to have yoga for a long time so that we will be able to see this kind of a vision. This is such a huge world. The sky won't be set on fire. Everything under the sky will be destroyed. There is the difference of day and night between the golden age and this iron age. Baba says here there are so many human beings and animals and things. This too sits in the children's intellects with great difficulty. Just think about it. It is a matter of 5000 years ago when there used to be the kingdom of deities. There were very few people. Now there are so many people. It is now the iron age. It will definitely be destroyed. The Father says to you souls, now constantly remember me alone. He has to be remembered with understanding. So how is Baba got to be remembered? He has to be remembered with understanding. Baba says there are many who simply continue to say Shiva, Shiva. Even little children say that, although their intellects have no understanding of him. They don't say it with the realization that he is a point of light. We too are such tiny points. You have to remember him with this understanding. So, Baba says even little children say Shiva, Shiva, but without the understanding that he is a point of light. We too are such tiny points. Baba says you have to remember him with this understanding. First of all, each of you must make this firm. I am a soul. Then instill the Father's introduction in your intellects very well. Only introverted children can understand this very well. I, a soul, am a point. I, a soul, am now receiving this knowledge of how a part is recorded in me, this soul, for 84 births, and how this soul is again becoming Satopradhan. Baba says, only when you become introverted can you understand these matters. So let's hear the last sentence again. Baba says, only introverted children can understand this very well. What is that? I, a soul, am a point. I, a soul, am now receiving this knowledge of how a part is recorded in me, that is this soul, for 84 births, and how this soul is again becoming Satopradhan. So Baba says only when you become introverted can you understand these matters. So this was there in yesterday's Murli also of becoming Antarmukhi. It takes time to do this. Baba highlights the word time. He says it takes time to do this. You children know that this is your last birth. We are now about to return home. It should be firm in your intellects that each of you is a soul. Only when your awareness of bodies is reduced can your behavior and words be reformed. So, what has Baba said? Only when your awareness of bodies is reduced can your behavior and words be reformed. Otherwise, because you don't become detached from your bodies, your behavior becomes even worse. By becoming body conscious, you say something or other. There has to be great honesty in the yajna. Baba highlights the word honesty. What is he saying? Baba says there has to be great honesty in the yajna. At the moment, you are very careless. You haven't changed your food, drink, or atmosphere, etc. A lot of time is still needed. Baba remembers the serviceable children. So, Baba highlights two words in the last two sentences. A lot of time is still needed. So, Baba highlights the word time and he says, Baba remembers the serviceable children. Baba highlights the word serviceable. They are the ones who will be able to claim a status. Simply to please yourself about what you do is like chewing roasted chickpeas. You need to be introverted in this. You need tact when you explain to others. No one understands at the exhibitions. They simply say that what you say is right. Here too, it is number wise. You have the faith that you have become the Father's children and that you receive the inheritance of heaven from the Father. So, what is the faith that we have? Baba says you have the faith that you have become the Father's children and that you receive the inheritance of heaven from the Father. Your only business is to continue to do the Father's service fully. In that case, you would be churning the ocean of this knowledge throughout the day. So, Baba says your only business is to continue to do the Father's service fully. And if we do that, Baba says in that case, you would be churning the ocean of this knowledge throughout the day. This Baba must also be churning the ocean of this knowledge. Who? Meaning Brahma Baba. How else could he claim a status? Both together continue to explain to you children, meaning Shiv Baba and through Brahma Baba. Because it is a steep climb, you have been given two engines. When a train is climbing a mountain, it has two engines. So Baba always gives us a practical example while explaining the Murli. So the double engine is Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba. Sometimes the train stops moving forward and even slips back. It is the same with my children. So Shiv Baba is saying this. It is the same with my children. Whilst climbing and making effort, they stop. They are unable to climb anymore. They experience an eclipse or storm of Maya. Then they totally fall and break into pieces. When some do just a little service, they become arrogant and fall. They don't understand that Dharmaraj is with the Father. If they perform any such acts, great punishment has to be experienced. So, for which is Baba saying this? Baba is saying it that when some children do just a little bit of service, they become arrogant and fall. They don't understand that Dharmaraj is with the Father. If they perform any such acts, great punishment has to be experienced. It would be better for them to go and live outside. To belong to the Father and claim your inheritance is not like going to your auntie's home. If after belonging to the Father, you perform such acts, you defame his name, you would then be hurt very badly. Baba says to become an iyer is not like going to your auntie's home. To become an iyer is not like going to your auntie's home. Some of the subjects become so wealthy, don't even ask. On the path of ignorance too, some are good and some are not so good. Parents tell their unworthy children not even to stand in front of them. Here it is not a question of one or two children. Here Maya is very powerful. Therefore, you children have to become very introverted. Only then will you be able to explain to anyone. Baba says they will then be ready to sacrifice themselves to you. They will repent a great deal because they have been insulting the Father so much. The punishment for someone who calls God omnipresent or who says that he himself is God is not small. So, what is Baba saying? The punishment for someone who calls God as omnipresent or who says that he himself is God is not small. They cannot return just like that. For them, it is even more of a problem. When the time comes, the Father will ask for their accounts. At the time of judgment, everyone's accounts have to be settled. A very broad, unlimited intellect is needed to understand this. Baba says, just look at people. They give peace prizes to all sorts. In fact, there is only the one who can bring about peace. That is Shiv Baba. You children have to write. Purity, peace and prosperity are being established in the world according to the God's Srimad. So what should we write? Baba says we should write that purity, peace and prosperity are being established in the world according to God's Srimad. Srimad is very well known. People give so much regard to the Srimad Bhagavad Gita scripture. When someone does something to another one's scripture or temple, fighting breaks out. You now know that this whole world will burn and be destroyed. Those temples, mosques, etc. will continue to be burnt. However, before all of that happens, you have to become pure. Baba says you should have this concern. You also have to look after your households. Many people come here. You can't all just live here like goats, because this life is an invaluable life. It has to be looked after very well. Bringing young children here will have to be stopped. Baba says, how can someone here sit and also look after all your children? When children have holidays, some think, where else can we go? Let's go to the Baba in Madhuban. This then becomes like a dharamshala, that is a rest place for pilgrims. So, how could it be a university? Baba observes this now and he will issue an order at some point. So, Baba says he will issue an order at some point that no one will be allowed to bring children here. That bondage will also be lessened. There is a feeling of mercy for the mothers. You children know that Shiv Baba is incognito. Some have no regard for this one. Meaning for Brahma Baba, they believe that they have a connection with Shiv Baba. They don't even understand that Shiv Baba has to explain through this one. Maya catches hold of some of them by their nose and makes them perform wrong acts. She doesn't let go. In a kingdom, all are needed. You will have all these visions at the end. Baba says you will also have visions of punishment. Even though some children also had these visions before, they didn't stop committing sin. It is as though some children have tied a knot to become third class. Therefore, they don't stop committing sin. In fact, they are making very good preparations for their own punishment. It has to be explained to them. Do not tie a knot for having to become third class. Now tie a knot for becoming Lakshmi and Narayan. Some tie a knot very well and also write their charts daily. Did I do anything wrong today? Maya, Baba says, some tie a knot very well and also write their charts daily. Did I do anything wrong today? Many used to write such charts. However, they are no longer here. Why? Because Maya made them fall right down. Maya made them fall right down. I give you happiness for half a cycle and then Maya causes you sorrow for half a cycle. Acha, to you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you spiritual children, and we the spiritual children also say namaste to our spiritual father. Today's essence for dharana has 2 points. The first point, become introverted and practice staying beyond the consciousness of your body. Baba says reform your food, drink, activity and behavior. Don't simply be happy with what you do and thereby become careless. Second point, this climb is very steep. Therefore, be very cautious as you move along. Carry out every act with great caution. Baba says, do not become arrogant. Do not prepare your own punishment by doing wrong things. Tie a knot for definitely becoming like Lakshmi and Narayan. Today's blessing, May you be an easy effort maker who makes the atmosphere spiritual with your elevated stage of spirituality. Let's hear the blessing once again on this Satgurubar. Baba says, may you be an easy effort maker who makes the atmosphere spiritual with your elevated stage of spirituality. Baba explains, with your stage of spirituality, make the atmosphere at your service place spiritual so that there can easily be progress for yourself and for the souls who are to go there. This is because all of those who come are tired of the atmosphere outside and they need extra cooperation. Therefore, give them the cooperation of a spiritual atmosphere. Baba says, become an easy effort maker and make others that too. Let each soul who comes to you experience it to be a place where they can easily make progress. Finally, the slogan for today, become a bestower of blessings and continue to give the blessings of good wishes and pure feelings. Cha Om Shanti. In the Avyakt signal of the month, for remaining constantly victorious with the awareness of the combined form, today Bab Dada says the Father and you are combined. Baba highlights the word combined. He says, therefore continue to move forward with zeal and enthusiasm. Hand over all your weaknesses and disheartenment to the Father. Don't keep them with you. Only keep zeal and enthusiasm with you. Constantly continue to dance in zeal and enthusiasm. Continue to sing and continue to have Brahma Bhojan. Acha, Om Shanti.